weather meant a fair bit of the second day of the LV County Championship match between Essex and Gloucestershire at Chelmsford was lost, but there was still time for the visitors to nudge themselves into a strong position. Morning rain meant that play didn't get underway until 3:10, and when it did, Hamish Marshall and Dan Housego looked to make up for lost time in adding yet more runs to their record fourth wicket partnership of 229, which had seen their side resume on 300 for 3 after being put in. Once again, in spite of some time under the covers, the pitch was batsman friendly, and both Marshall and Housego, who both began the day already with three-figure scores to their names, played fluently with plenty of boundaries off the pacemen. They eventually took their partnership to 280, just 41 shy of a best ever for the fourth wicket for the county, going back to 1937, before Marshall, one short of his 150, uppercut Timor Mills to third man. It was a brilliant innings from the New Zealander, his third best score in this country, but one matched almost shot for shot by the less experienced Housego, who was by now in territory he'd never stumbled into before. His efforts, along with Marshall, now allowed new batsman Benny Howell the chance to play his shots early on. Housego went one better than Marshall by reaching a 150 for the first time in his career. He, though, was out immediately afterwards, trapped in front by a grubber from Ravi Bopara, the first sign of any misbehaviour from this surface. Housego had batted for 7¼ hours for his runs and had set things up nicely for the new boys to the crease. Howell and Will Gidman were able to put back to ball with aplomb before the declaration came at 409 for 5, having added 109 runs in 28 overs. That left Essex an awkward period to bat out the remainder of the day, and they looked to their openers Tom Wesley and Australian debutant Rob Quiney to get through the time unscathed. Both appeared to be making encouraging starts. With a couple of test matches under his belt, Quiney's wicket was going to be an important one, and James Fuller got it with a beauty, the kind of delivery the Essex bowlers had struggled to find. Fuller also proved to be too good for Ben Foakes, who lost his balance a fraction and edged to Chris Dent in the slips after making just 4, the same as his Aussie teammate. Only 6 more balls were possible before bad light intervened, by which time Essex had struggled along to 30 for 2, and that leaves the home side still 379 runs adrift of their opponents, and with much work still to do on the penultimate day of this contest.